Recently, I had an idea. What if my sound alerts were more than just sound alerts? What if they were actually channel effects? I went in and explored this idea over the last month, and I explored it with both red alert and ramming speed, and I think that it came out really well. Today, we're going to look at red alert, and we're going to actually look at how we turn that into a channel effect. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to need to do is to download the OBS shader filter. I will have a link in the description to the releases. You can download the OBS shader filter version 1.2.1 or the newest. All right, so we have the plugin installed. Once we have it installed, we can just open up OBS, and I have a simple scene set up here. I apologize about the webcam quality. This is my laptop webcam, so it is a little bit less of a quality than what my main stream would be. So right here I have our webcam and I have our image representing a game. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is go in here and go into filters and click add and user defined. Now we're going to be using the rainbow filter, so we're going to start with that just to show what the effect is. So if we go to load shader text from file, then we're going to go browse, and then we'll head down to rainbow shader. And now we have the rainbow shader. So right now there are a couple problems that you can see right off the bat. The first thing is that the rainbow is applied to the entire scene and covering the content. This will have a dramatic and negative effect on your stream. And the second problem is it's a rainbow and it's not red alert, right? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to solve the problem of it applying to the entire screen. And we're going to just do apply to image, and this will change it so that it affects the entire image, but you can still see the content. Okay, but we still have the problem of it's a rainbow. So to solve that, what we're going to do is we're going to open up the examples folder. This is where the shader is, the rainbow shader is. This is, of course, under your OBS Studio data, OBS plugins, OBS shader filter, and examples. You can also come back into here, and when you click on browse, this will open directly up to the examples all the time. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to immediately copy this out to another folder, just so that I'm not within the program files folder that quite often is secure to administrator. So it will cause you a bit of issues if you try editing a file in there. Okay, so let's rename this because it's no longer going to be rainbow, and we'll just call it red alert. All right, I like to use Notepad++, so I'm going to open up this in Notepad++. This is what you're going to be approached with right away. A lot of C# code. Now, we're going to just scroll down all this. We don't need to deal with most of this stuff. You can clean up this code. I've done this personally for my own needs. I've cleaned up this code, so it's a bit easier for me to come in here and edit. However, for the actual video, we don't need to do this. What we're looking for is we're looking for the float for RGBA is equal to hue to RGB. For the RGBA variable here, rather than using RGB, they're using XYZ. So X is going to be red, Y is going to be green, and Z is going to be blue. And of course, you can tell I'm Canadian because I'm saying Z. All right, so we're going to do Y is equal to 0.0. Don't forget your semicolon. And then we're going to do RGBA.Z is equal to 0.0 and semicolon. Okay, we're going to save this. And that's all we're going to do in there. Then we're going to come into here and we're going to go browse. And then we're going to switch this out to the red alert shader. And there we are. We have the red alert shader. We'll quickly rename this. And close. So this is good. We have exactly what we're looking for. However, this is very intrusive. This is, for my stream, I wasn't happy with this. So what I decided to do was I decided that I would like the red alert to just apply to the webcam and other non-game assets. So basically, if I'm showing a game, it won't show for that. If I'm showing a browser, it won't affect that. But anything else, it will affect. So what I did was I created a new scene, and I called this camera effects. Actually, what I'm going to do is rather than doing that, let's just go here and let's duplicate this to be faster. And we'll do camera effects. Okay. Now we're going to come into here and we're going to go filters and we're going to turn this off. We can honestly delete it out of the main, but we'll just turn it off. Then we'll come into here and we are going to delete the CK3. Okay. Then we're going to go into main. We're going to delete the webcam. And then we're going to add our new camera effect filter. And there we have it. We have the filter only applying to the webcam. And what's great about this is I have other effects in here. For example, I have a raining on screen effect that happens, and this red alert will apply to that rain, turning that rain from rain to blood rain, which is a kind of neat little interaction that we have there. All right, so the next step is to actually add the red alert sound. So we're going to go back to the camera effects scene, and we're going to click add, and we're going to go down to media source. Then we're going to add red alert sound, and we're going to browse for the red alert sound. Now, you always want to use an MP3 for sounds and WebM for videos when adding a media file. And now that we've added this, we're going to click on loop. Okay, so right now, sound is working. However, you're not hearing it. And the reason why you're not hearing it is because it's only going to the stream. You're not monitoring it, so we're going to need to monitor it. We're also going to need to turn it down. If we went with the sound in yellow, then more than likely we're not going to be able to talk over it. Usually you want your mic in yellow, so it's good practice to have the rest of your sounds not going into yellow, one going into instead green. Where I like to start off with the sound effects is at -30. That's usually a safe volume. And every once in a while, there will be exception to this. You'll have a sound that is very quiet, and you'll need to boost it up so that it's in the yellows. For example, my guillotine sound for Off With Your Head, it has that problem. Okay, so we have that in there. Now we're going to go in and we're going to go advanced audio properties, and we're going to switch this to monitor and output. That way both the stream hears it and we hear it. Okay, so it's coming through now, and I'm going to quickly disable it so we can talk. Okay, so that's great. We now have the effect working, and we have red alert there, and we have our red alert here. We're going to disable this because now we need to have it in the default state. The default state is everything off, and we need a way to trigger this. This is where software like Touch Portal or the Yarn board are going to come in, where you can actually trigger these effects on your stream. So I'm going to use Touch Portal. That's the one that I utilize. And I'm going to first start by adding a flow. Now, a flow is a group of actions that you can call from either button clicks, events, or other flows. So we're going to click Add New, and we're going to go in here, and we will put Sound Effect Red Alert. Okay, the first thing that we're going to look for is 2 source visibilities. The next thing that we're going to look for is 2 scene filter statuses. And we don't want source filter because we set the red alert to the scene. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to want is a weight. Okay, now we're going to drag 2 of these down here so that we have our source visibility and our scene filter here, and then source visibility and scene filter down here. So the first thing we're going to do is toggle. I don't like using toggle. I like using show or hide. That way we're definitive on the action that we're taking. So first thing we're going to go is show, and then camera effects, and then red alert sound. That'll turn on the audio. The next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to do camera effects, red alert, and on. Now we're going to want to choose how long we want this effect to go for. So let's start off with 10 seconds. And then down here, we're going to hide, camera effect, red alert. And then we're going to go camera effects, red alert off. Okay, so we turn both on, we wait 10 seconds, and then we turn both off. Okay, so we have our flow. Now we need an actual way to execute it. So if we want to do, say, a channel point redeem, what we would do is we'd come in here and we'd add an event, and we'd go, say, sound alert, red alert, and then we'd come down to Twitch on channel point redeem. And you may want to have these put into the queue lanes, but for now, we're not going to worry about it. And we'll go sound alert, red alert, and we are going to go flow, execute flow, and sound effect. Now, why didn't we put actions in here? By having it in a flow, we can have a button on our portal where we can test. Or if we want to, we can trigger this from other flows or other events. So for example, on my stream, I have both a bit menu and channel points where you can redeem red alert either way that you would like. Okay, then we're going to click save. Okay, and then this now exists. Now, of course, we can't test it from here. So we're going to go and we're going to do a quick test. Red alert, and then we're going to add the flow. Okay. Now, if we go back to our OBS, and I grab my phone here, now I can come into my phone, do a quick refresh, and then click that. And then for 10 seconds, we will now get the red alert. I hope this video helped you. I really feel like our viewers now experience a red alert rather than just hearing a red alert. If this video helped you, please feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. And also, there are links in the description to my Discord and my Twitch channel. Please come check it out, and you can actually test out the red alert on my stream yourself.